is Bryan of By George. I am back with another post-game video. Sloppy game here in Fairfax tonight, but when you beat GW, you beat GW. I don't care how it's won. We did it. I thought it was off the back of Otis Livingston in the first half, just kind of calming us down with a couple threes. Jared Reuter, another solid game. He's had back-to-back games here now with 10-plus points. And then, of course, Justin Kier, another double-double, continues to ground rebounds amongst men. I can't say enough about him. One thing that I'm finding pretty interesting is a lot of teams are running zone versus us. I asked Paulson about it. He claims that just kind of the team style. I think it's something they see in our offense, but we seem to be killing the zone just fine. This is what Paulson had to say.
You know, part of that is the teams. You know, so there'll be, you know, GW has played quite a bit of zone over this year. Fordham has played quite a bit of zone. So part of this is just like it is how they play defense. And I thought, you know, and part of it is there's a little bit where we got to play with a mixture of daring and caution, and that's a fine line, you know, in zone offense. And so we had, I thought, some really good looks early, and the ball moved inside out, and we missed them. And then we kept going inside out and got some really good looks and scored to go ahead in the first half. Then we kind of looked for the quote-unquote knockout punch and shot threes without the ball touching the paint. And that's what we talked about. There's no such thing as a knockout punch. It's a two-point punch and a two-point punch and a two-point punch and a three-point punch. And defensive stops. And in the second half, I thought we played really well and got the ball inside, and Jared converted, and guys cut. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, my sense would be, and all we've worried about is GW, but I would, you know, like, that's not necessarily, I don't think at VCU's, you know, they're going to play how VCU plays, and Richmond's going to play how Richmond plays. And so, it just happened to be that the last two home games, you know, we saw a steady diet of zone.
Paulson's always a good time in the presser. You know, he's always making us laugh. He's always giving us honest answers. And I think he's right. You know, we're playing teams that typically run zones. You'd think, though, eventually after you watch Kier just crush zone defenses week to week, that they'd stop. But here we are playing more zone. We caught up with Reuter in an interview that you'll see next. You know, we had high expectations coming into the season. Not sure they were fair, but, you know, of course, we expected a lot from a UVA transfer. He's starting to settle into his own. He's scoring now. If a guy is his size going against him, he gets right to the bucket. And today he played well, 10 points, 6 rebounds. And for the first time ever, we had Jared Reuter on our show, and this is the interview. This is Bryan of By George here with Jared for the first time. He's never been featured on By George before, so we're excited to get him on our post-game recap. Like what we saw from you today, you were super aggressive, just kind of attacking whoever was guarding you. Talk a little bit about kind of fitting into this program. Obviously, it's going to take some time, and then these last couple games, you've been super aggressive, so talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been a few games so far this season where I've been hesitant. There's opportunities to score, but we got a lot of good players on the team, so sometimes I see guys that I think are going to get a good shot. So that's just finding the balance of getting my own shot, getting someone else's shot. I think I'm settling into that.
And something you do very well, at least from the outside perspective, is you make that skip pass. Are you just kind of always looking for an open man? Not every big man can see the opposite side of the floor like that. Is that something that you've just been working on your whole career?
I've been lucky my whole life to play on really good teams with really good players, so I think I've just learned to catch the ball and look, because there's always a score somewhere, and whatever, over time I've developed a good sense of where people are at.
And this is the first time, like I said, that we've ever had you on our program. And can you talk, do you like Fairfax? Are you happy here at Mason?
Yeah, I'm very, very happy. It's a great group of guys, great coaching staff, great school, so I couldn't be more happy, and I'm glad we're doing well. So.
Hey, keep balling, man. You definitely got fans in us.
For sure, thank you.
All right, thanks, Jared.
Yeah.
We're going to close this post-game recap with a BG. All right, one of our original fans, always retweeting us, you know, just kind of looking out, and we've grown a relationship here in the last 4 years as we've covered your son. And honestly, what I can tell you is, you know, I haven't seen a player leave it all on the court, give everything they possibly have to the Mason program quite like your son. Talk a little bit about just kind of parenting that and getting him to that point? Because truthfully, we put out a stat the other day that he's played 4,000 plus minutes here for the green and gold. That's unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, he's always had to play like that. You know what I mean? With his size, a lot of people underestimate him, but he'll come out, he'll play hard, he'll fight, he'll scratch, he'll do whatever he has to do. And especially for George Mason, I mean, the opportunity that he got here, as you guys know, he wasn't heavily recruited out of high school, but he deserved it. He was first team All-State in New Jersey. He was one of the best players in one of the toughest states, but he just wasn't recognized as that. So that doesn't mean anything, because when you get that opportunity, then you have to take advantage of it and do what you got to do. So he's, he came here as a pass-first point guard. He's had to learn to score. So I'm proud of him. We're proud of him.
And we see you here a bunch, and you don't even live in 2 states over.
Linden, New Jersey.
So, I mean, are you just driving here every time?
Pretty much so, yeah.
You're in Rhode Island. You're in, Dayton. You're all over the place.
Well, I didn't go to Dayton. I'm going to St. Louis. But Rhode Island a couple times, UMass. They're not too far. That's like 3 hours. But here it's like 3.5, almost 4 on a good day, But that's my boy. I got to watch him. This thing is going to end. It's gone really fast. But it's going to end at some point, and then I'll be wishing that I had games to go to down here. But it's always fun. I love the way the program has grown. I love Coach Paulson and his coaching staff, Coach Simkis, Coach Fisher, Coach Kelly, and all those guys. Handy, they've taken care of him. You know what I mean? And they've given him an opportunity to do something, to live out his dream of playing Division I basketball. I just hope that this ends this year with a great trip to Brooklyn, winning 3 games, and going to the NCAA tournament.
I know I'm here with a celebrity, so I'm not going to keep too much more of your time. But talk about, from the outside perspective, kind of the Mason program. We went to school here. We're integrated in it. You're kind of linked through family.
Yeah.
Can you talk, just a short answer just about kind of how you feel about the green and gold in Fairfax itself?
Love it. And I love the direction that the program is going. I think, they're going to start getting a lot better players, I think Coach Paulson has built a culture here, and now we're starting to really see it this year. We had, what was it, 11 wins the first year, 20 the second year, which I thought, okay, next year we're going to go. Then we took a kind of a step back, but we got a lot of experience, to bring back this squad this year. And early on we struggled this year, but I think we're starting to catch our groove, and I owe it all to Coach Paulson and the kids that believe in him.
Plug yourself. Where can people follow you? What do you do to earn a paycheck?
Sportscaster, CBS in New York City. Also work with the New York Jets. I cover them on a weekly basis.
But you're a Dolphins fan.
I'm a Dolphins fan. That's right. It's tough, man. I'm like, I want them to win, but I don't want them to, what I mean? And now they have the Dolphins head coach, Adam Gase. So, yeah, but, I've been up in New York about 20 years, majority of his life.
Okay, and where can they follow you on Twitter?
Livingston TV. I'm also on Facebook. I think it's just Otis Livingston. That's it.
That's a senior for you. It's always good to beat GW.
Yes, sir.
We're out.